I've had an opportunity to really be a part of building a community that is being empowered. It's not just me going somewhere and helping people to make myself feel good. I'm helping other people who are helping themselves.
It's not only building a house, but it's changing the life of poor people, one house, one family at a time, and that's amazing.
Used to be here, I mean, a flood and, you know, rough road and mud, and now to see people whose lives I would imagine have been changed by this experience. I guess both spiritually and materially. It's a wonderful holistic approach to helping people help themselves.
I think it's such a great project. Like, if this can go worldwide and help so many places, like, it's good. It's one of the only projects I've seen that has in so many people's lives.
A wonderful act of everyone who's participating. That it's an incredible experience, and even though you've seen people build houses, but you can see how you're not just building houses, you're building lives, and you're really helping the people.
I think GK is an amazing organization, and it's unique, and I just can't get over how many lives it's touched and how many people it's just like brought up out of dire poverty.
I think that GK is doing a wonderful thing in its community approach, as opposed to just building houses or just building structures. And the involvement of the people who will eventually live in the houses is very unique, and I think makes a big difference to see the community growing in addition to the houses.
Well, I could mention at least two things. The first one is very important, which is that people are helping themselves. I think that's probably the key to the whole success of the project. I'm very impressed with it.
My first impression of the very first GK site we went to was heart-wrenching. GK had just arrived and there were barely any GK sites. Most of them were the shanty houses. But the next site we went to was GK Baseko, and it was a completed village. And it was just so great to see the kids having so much fun and so proud of all their homes.
It's a project which is not only providing financial aid and houses, but it builds communities. To build a community, you don't just need money. You have to make sure that the people in the community growing together are connected with each other and share some values. You want to provide values to people.
This Gawad Kalinga is very well organized. It's got a really good mission, and it's following through with it in probably what I would say is the best organized manner that I've seen out of any of the different organizations that we've either worked with or looked into.
And the people, as I mentioned before, are inspirational. So I think that is great, and you give people back some dignity.
There just seems to be so much more hope, so much more spirit, and it's a better life. It's a better life. It's cheery, it's amazing.
GK, with the work they've done as opposed to the other areas that are not developed, it's a difference. Human beings, you know, they thrive in the shelter of cleanliness, and you can tell the difference that it makes with people. So I mean, that was a big difference. You look at all the poverty, and then you look at these places that have been built for them, and they take pride in them, and they're happy, they help you out, and they're great.
I've heard stuff about like terrorism and such problems in the country, but I knew that we'd be safe because we were going, and I don't know, I knew that God would protect us because we were doing work for Him, for the people.
And make things happen, and I think that's what it is all about. Let's do it, and that's what you're showing here. So I think you can be very proud of yourself. It is something that should be replicated throughout the Philippines, and maybe it's a good example to sell abroad too, to some of the countries in the region.
What I have experienced here, what I have touched and seen here is beyond words. Anyone that would ever be interested in volunteering, all I can say is just say yes once, and your heart will be it'll be engulfed with love. You have to see it to absolutely understand the feeling.
Full community-based approach really shows the love for the people in the communities and the Philippines as a whole.
I visited already one village, and I must say it's quite impressive. What I like about it is an initiative. It's a private initiative, and it's an initiative that demands the participation of the beneficiaries. This is extremely important. And of course, there are 3 Swiss villages, and I'm really happy.
Instead of just developing houses, really, like they say in the vision of GK, trying to unify the Philippines. And I really see that on the ground in the way the project works.